Diving into the unseen side of Tiffany Stratton. On TV, she is promoted as the present and the future of the women's division.
Because the center of the universe is back.
But there is a lot you don't see. We're going to talk about her journey from gymnastics prodigy to WWE star.
WWE Women's Champion!
The headaches and hiccups that the company tries to gloss over, and why she still has fans talking. Settle in, and let's get into it. Tiffany Stratton, real name Jessica Woynilko, grew up in Prior Lake, Minnesota, and was born on May 1st, 1999. She wasn't the kid who discovered wrestling at the local civic center. She was the girl flipping off trampolines and competing in tumbling events. As a teenager, she trained in the U.S. gymnastics program, specializing in trampoline and tumbling. Her dedication paid off when she captured bronze on the double mini apparatus at the 2016 U.S. Championships and represented the United States at the 2017 Canada Cup. Those successes came alongside powerlifting competitions where she set state records, showing that she had both grace and raw strength. Friends recall a young athlete who would spend mornings perfecting her routines and afternoons in the weight room, with little time for a typical high school social life. She once said she liked the discipline because it meant she didn't have to go to parties. Her parents invested heavily in her athletic career. They drove her to practice at 5 a.m., hired personal trainers, and later looked for a path that would allow her to use her athleticism and big personality on a bigger stage. Injuries eventually pushed her away from gymnastics. A stress fracture in her foot in 2017 ended her hopes of competing for an Olympic medal. She enrolled at St. Catherine University in Minnesota, where she studied and continued weightlifting. But the itch to perform never went away. She has joked that she was the problem child of her gymnastics team because she refused to be quiet when coaches barked orders. She wanted to show off, talk trash, and shine under bright lights. Traits that aren't exactly celebrated in a judged sport where stoicism is rewarded. When she saw women's wrestling on television, she realized there was a place where attitude and athleticism could coexist. Stratton's mother, determined to help her daughter pivot to wrestling, contacted local legend Greg Gagne. Gagne, the son of AWA founder Verne Gagne, was reluctant at first, but agreed to meet the teenager. He later recalled that she showed up with a resume listing gymnastics medals, powerlifting records, and bodybuilding competitions. During an early training session, he took her to a show with a women's ladder match. She turned to him and said, "I can do that," even though she had never taken a bump. Gagne saw something in her stubborn confidence and agreed to coach her. He warned her that the wrestling business is built on respect and told her to do what she was told and avoid any attitude when dealing with trainers. They butted heads because she wanted to know the reason behind every drill, but he appreciated her drive. Ken Anderson, best known as Mr. Kennedy in WWE, joined the sessions to teach her ring basics. They worked on footwork, bumping, and how to emote for the hard camera. These early sessions were more about unlearning gymnastic habits. Landing on your feet in gymnastics is perfect, while in wrestling, you're often landing on your back to protect yourself. It didn't take long for WWE to notice. Stratton applied for a tryout multiple times and was either ignored or told to keep training. Gagne eventually called in a favor and got her in the door. She signed a developmental contract in September 2021 and moved to Orlando to train at the Performance Center, a facility she likened to Disney World for wrestlers. There, she learned how to work the ropes, cut promos, and integrate her gymnastics into ring work. She would later say that those months at the PC were humbling because she went from being the best at everything to failing basic drills while surrounded by experienced independent wrestlers. Her athleticism remained her calling card, and coaches encouraged her to incorporate flips and moonsaults into her moveset. Stratton debuted on NXT television in December 2021 as a spoiled daddy's little rich girl. She rolled out in a pink robe, bragged about shopping sprees, and declared that she could buy anything she wanted. The character was her own idea. On a podcast with Booker T, she said she pitched the persona because she wanted to be on TV quickly and thought a bratty heiress would stand out. In the early weeks, she carried a credit card with Daddy printed on it and acted like a 2000s teen movie villain. She beat Fallon Henley in her first match and quickly found herself embroiled in comedic storylines. She feuded with Sarai, a Japanese star whose gimmick involved a magic necklace that transformed her from a schoolgirl into a warrior. Stratton mocked the necklace and claimed she had designer versions at home. The feud culminated in a match where lights and effects changed mid-bout when Saray activated her necklace. It was campy and silly, but it gave Stratton camera time and allowed her to practice selling moves. Shortly after, she crossed paths with Wendy Chu, a character who wrestled in pajamas and wielded a body pillow. Chu stole Stratton's credit card and used it to treat herself